sport, Micah, but let's start it off with a little bounce pass over here to Marco.
It is time for the layup, aka the finger roll, aka jelly time, aka points in the paint. I was almost I was looking at this episode title. I'm like, damn, this is gonna to misdirect anybody who cares about basketball. Be like, nobody cares about the MLB All-Star game, but it's all good. It's temporary. It's just temporary. But
Are you
anyway,
jealous, Marco?
a little jealous, man, just because
You're not the headliner this time. You're a little jealous. It's
I'm just
Micah's
saying,
show, baby.
you put three baseball topics. I'm like, damn, people are gonna think this is the baseball show. Nobody's coming in here.
Look, Taylor wants to watch this show.
Josh says, okay, there's somebody. Joshua Bennett wants to know about the Braves. We'll get to that, Joshua. But for now, we'll talk about some basketball. So something that, anybody who's a Patriot, all of our baseball fans, most of y'all are Patriots, so you should be able to jive with this first topic here. So, on Saturday, while we were out foaling, we got the news.
Marco, what is foaling?
Foaling is a very competitive game where instead of you have bowling balls, you have footballs and you throw them at pins, and it's very fun actually. It makes you sweat, especially one-on-one play.
When they're an hour long of just throwing the football aggressively at each other, essentially.
I got really good towards the end. But so Nigeria, they were able to take down Team USA. I believe it was like 91-87 or something like that, or it might have been 90-87. And then Team Australia was able to also take down Team USA yesterday. Mind you, both of these are exhibition games, so they don't officially count on any record, but history does not turn a blind eye to such events. And the commentators during the events were pretty much acting like this was like when the USA beat Russia in hockey. It's like they were trying to flip it like that. That was the same thing. But
we lost to Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons
he didn't even
there.
play.
He was not on the team,
which
is probably why they beat us.
Thibault and Patty Mills was running the show for him, and then
Joe Ingles started off with like 2 3-pointers.
Third best white guy in the NBA.
You're pushing it. You're pushing it. I'll take Grayson Allen before Ingles.
No. Did you not watch Ingles this season, bro?
He
was out there dropping some of the most awkward dimes.
2 years ago, I'd be like, yeah. Now he's getting older and older.
No, man. I'm telling you, you need to look at his usage, look at his actual usage percentages, and
I'm just gonna look at sheer stats.
Yeah,
hold on real quick.
Stats don't lie, but they don't always tell the whole story.
12, 3, and 4, 48, 45%, 84. I mean, that's very solid numbers, especially for how old is this man?
He's like 30.
He is 33 in 284 days.
So he's almost 34.
Yeah, that's an old dude. Him and Patty Mills old as hell.
Patty Mills is pretty old.
Patty Mills close to 40 now. He's got to be close to 40.
Yeah, they don't age. It's like something about Australia. These dudes don't age. So
is he that old? No, he's like early 30s. Yeah, he's 32.
Who, right, Patty Mills?
Yeah.
That's old for basketball age.
I mean, yeah, you're right. It is.
Patty Mills was playing in like 2010.
That's what I'm saying.
He was on like the Spurs in like 2010.
Yeah, he was like a backup.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see stats. When did he come into the league? 09, 10.
Yeah.
He didn't get at the Spurs though until 2011.
I wonder what he was.
Okay.
So just the obviously the world stage is changing. I mean, a lot of these teams are filled with NBA guys. Like you said, Ben Simmons wasn't even there, and they were still like 5 deep in NBA guys, like talented starters, not just like some dudes you never see. The Nigeria team had about 6 or 7 NBA players on that squad.
Precious
Achua. The other dude from Miami, I forget his name.
Yeah,
he goes by Gabe Vincent.
Oh God, Stephen A. Smith doesn't like him.
Yeah, he wouldn't pronounce his name.
His name is Gabe, but he goes by Vince. What is he?
That'd be so.
That's
cool
so weird. It's like, calm down, Stephen A.
That'd be so awesome. Like if I played for a Nigeria team, I could bring out the Nzeribe name just because.
Marco Inzerbi.
Right, because he doesn't go by the name that he put on his jersey, but he still used it.
Right.
And then they have the tall dude from Sacramento who's blocking everybody's shots.
That was
but anyway,
Precious, I thought.
no, it wasn't
Precious on
Precious
Miami.
was
Yeah.
Miami.
Precious blocked KD though. Yeah.
Is Memu or some shit like that. Sorry. I'm turning into Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce his name.
These damn Nigerian names.
I can't pronounce his name. So anyway, the step back threes from the 3-point line just don't seem as scary when the other team is physically dominating and able to hit just as many threes as you, but in an offensive set, not just like, taking crazy hard shots. So I want to know, have the rules of the NBA sort of, I don't want to say it's made them soft because, a lot of people take exception to that and get real offended when you start calling people soft. It's like, oh, they work hard. They work just as hard as anybody else. Okay. But at the end of the day, have these rules sort of disadvantaged the NBA on a world stage? Because you can even point to Luka, who was like, it's actually harder to score in the European leagues than it is in the NBA. And we were all just thinking, oh, well, maybe he's just saying that. But now you see it. It looks like it's true. They play more physical ball over there in FIBA. So what is y'all's take on, what's sort of going on here and the implications, or why do you think, because they were even bringing up in the press conference, like Pop was getting real frustrated, but they were like, in these games, your average margin of victory is usually 30 points. So I don't want to hear anything about how, and he was getting real upset about it, but it's like, this is definitely a changing of the tide. So I want to hear y'all's opinions on what's happened.
Do you want the hot take first, or do you want
hot takes sell biscuits?
You want the hot takes?
Hot takes. You gonna steal my hot take?
Let's maybe not. We might be in the same ballpark. But yes, the rules have hurt them a little bit. The whole soft stuff definitely has hurt them. That's why the NBA is looking into changing rules this season. They've taken notice that fans are not happy with how many times the whistle is being blown in the NBA for ticky-tack fouls. But there's a problem that lies with this team, and it's not because 3 of their best players are still actively playing in the NBA Finals, which that is, it's not good for the team because 2 of those players are really, really, really good.
Which ones?
Drew and Book, even though Drew's kind of taken an off day or 2 here in the finals.
One of those players are really, really good. I'll come back. I'll let you finish.
But Drew can also affect the game when he's not shooting well up here. Drew's a very smart player. The biggest problem, though, is Pop is overrated as a coach. Greg Popovich is not, he's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. And if you put the right guys in his system, he's gonna win championships with them. But he needs a specific type of player to buy into his system. And if you notice, not a lot of superstars, even though they played with them in the Olympics before and played with them in all these places, they don't go to the Spurs. They don't want to go to the Spurs. Kawhi left the Spurs. Superstars are not for Pop's system. Pop's system is for, even though Tim Duncan, without a shadow of a doubt, was a superstar. Tony Parker was an all-star. Manu Ginobili was an all-star, mostly because of the system. But all-stars that play like they do today don't work in Popovich's system. And he's just not as good as we once thought he was, in my opinion. I know some of you are going to try and fillet me for this and you're going to try and crucify me and be like, you don't think Popovich is a good coach? Didn't say that. I said he's overrated. And he can't do what he used to unless he changes a little bit, like we saw Nate McMillan do this last postseason, and start to make some changes that he's not really used to and start coaching players maybe he doesn't want to coach or coach a different way. But yeah, there's another big big problem on this team, and I think Micah's going to follow me up on that one.
Mhm.
Micah?
Um, first and foremost, anywhere Lloyd Pierce goes, losses come following. They
Abundantly.
run.
They come flowing.
L's. You will
Anyone
be
hear that
right-
babbling brook? Oh, that's Lloyd Pierce. It's weird. I don't quite get it yet, but
Yeah,
like,
that's-
I hear water whenever he walks by.
It's just you're flooded with losses wherever Lloyd Pierce goes. Now granted, I don't know if I won't say Pop is quite overrated, but I do think he's more of an older style system. He's kind of outdated, and he hasn't adjusted his game for the current times. And I think teams have, like, you can easily see how he attacks teams and so on and so forth. He just hadn't kind of updated the game plan. And it's not, his scheme is not as complex, is not quite as complex as like the triangle, where the triangle can evolve and it can, mold to whatever you're doing and adjust to whatever you're doing. Now, I will say another problem I noticed is I don't see any true like distributors.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
agree.
Draymond is about the only real distributor. Everybody else is kind of an ISO, ISO type score type. And I mean, that's fine, but unless you're putting up like 160, 180 a game and just absolutely mollywhopping everybody you play, if you're not shooting well, you're pretty much screwed. Because I mean, now granted, there are a couple guys, the guys who are the more rounded players, who aren't just more so scorers. A lot of them just don't provide much on the offensive end either. Like Draymond is,
He had at 1 point last night.
yeah. Oh God, Draymond is washed at this point. Kevin Love, it's just like, why is he on this team?
He didn't even play.
And so it's a very flawed build for an American team, and it's just because of all the big names, we just assume that we're just going to destroy everybody. But I don't think they built this team with any kind of balance in mind. Like, oh well, this guy's good offensively, but he's an elite defender. This guy is a great offensive player. He's not quite as good defensively, but he can. And there was no balance in mind. It was just like, let's just get a bunch of big names and throw them on the team. And it's like that AAU built team where it's just like a bunch of elite guys, but they don't necessarily complement each other and play well as a team. And we've struggled the past couple of games. And we've seen how it's caused us to struggle the past couple of games.
I think that's where we're really missing Drew, though. That you don't have a true like point guard right now.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yeah,
Kemba Walker.
You made a great point there, Micah, about the lack of a distributor. Like, which also makes me sort of wonder. Is like, I wish they would release the list of all the people who said no, because when you start seeing people like Darius Garland out there, you're like, who the hell invited this guy? It's like he wasn't even the best point guard on his own team. like how's Colin Sexton not there over Darius Garland?
But Colin Sexton just averaged 25 points per game.
Yeah.
And didn't get invited. It's like,
but then it's like,
or no Trey either.
Maybe he did.
Trey.
Like that's why I wonder. Is like, how did they not invite LaMelo, Lonzo?
What's the
Trey?
What's the guy from the Kings?
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox, yeah.
Like, how did he? Like, so I'm wondering if a lot of these guys maybe turned it down. Trey, for instance, I'm sure he turned it down because I mean he's coming off an injury.
Plus the playoff run. And
No, I mean I think Danilo Gallinari is still going over there to play with his squad. So I think it's more so his injury, or maybe maybe players just don't. I don't know. I'd be curious to see everybody who turned it down, because you're completely right about the fact that there's not a single distributor on this team, and You have a face that you just came across something, Ryan. Did
I
you just
did. I don't know if
Go
you're
ahead.
about to talk about it. Are you going to talk about Trey at all?
No.
You want to hear about how Trey Young took a shot at Lloyd Pierce after the loss?
Oh, see that when I was watching the game, I was thinking after I seen Lloyd Pierce's face, I was like, maybe this is the reason there's no John Collins or no Trey Young because they're like, F that dude. But go ahead. What did he say?
So right after the loss happened, he gave the emoji followed by the blank face emoji. And for those of y'all that don't really speak emoji well, the no mouth emoji is not. It's like I'm gonna just keep it to myself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. I want to say it.
Don't say.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say it because I'm better than that. But I told you that's the emoji.
Right.
What it
Which
really
was
means.
We're not afraid to say it though.
right. In that same thought, I was also looking. I saw KD out there playing with Draymond. And I'm like, wait, this is not gonna end well.
No. You can't put them on the court at the same time.
Right. I was like, I wonder if they're
man.
talking at all. Do they communicate? But anyway, back to just like the softness thing. It's hilarious seeing some of these dudes, like especially like Zach LaVine. See, because what you got to understand is that despite the fact that all these dudes are playing more aggressive defense on us and throwing our offensive game completely off, like Kevin Durant has been garbage in these 2 games, like because he's so used to not being touched. He's not used to Pat Beverly doing that playoff stuff all season long. But the thing is, like, they should be able to know that they're allowed to play defense aggressively too. But it's hilarious seeing like Zach LaVine or Bradley Beal try to D somebody up aggressively. It's like, when was the last time y'all dudes played
Right.
defense?
Y'all know what defense is?
Like,
That's why,
Damian Lillard trying to play defense. We see him trying to play defense in the regular season. Portland makes me throw up when I watch their games.
Man, like people don't understand that's what made Kobe such a beast in the Olympics because he can play defense. He will lock somebody up. Like
He takes it personally.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, but I think that was also more of an old school type of thing, where players took pride in playing defense. Now it's all offense in the NBA.
And like people like Pat Beverly are an anomaly in the NBA.
Yeah,
now.
and
Right.
people don't like Pat Bev because he's such a tryhard.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh, no, I mean, and not to mention because the rules have changed so much, now it's really no purpose to play physical because you get whistled a lot. I mean, like look at what's it called? Even in Philly series. Now, granted, the refs did let the whistles go a little bit in the Hawks series versus Philly, but how many of those weak tic-tac fouls did Joel Embiid draw just by falling to the ground?
So many.
Right.
And it was like, bruh, nobody really touched you. You just fell, and you keep falling.
We're just ripping through and throwing the ball. Like
Exactly.
if you do that in the Olympics, it's out of bounds. they're not
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's now granted, it's like the most physical. Essentially, the Olympics are being refed like the most physical form of playoff basketball, and it's like we're gonna let these guys. We're not just gonna call every foul. Now, granted, and then a lot of the other stuff that players get away with, the traveling and stuff like that, they're gonna call that.
Right.
You can't do the Harden,
Pitter pat,
double
back.
jump back,
the Jason Tatum hopscotch steps.
The old school, like that old school Street Fighter double jump thing. You can't do that on the court.
Yeah, man, it's disheartening. Just seeing how out of sorts they look because, like you said, and then just real quick on Greg Popovich's style of coaching, like we sort of see it though with like some of the teams that get extremely criticized are all his disciples. Like the Utah team where they're like, damn, why do they keep on shooting threes? Why are they not adjusting? They should easily beat this Clippers team. Or the Bucks team who we're going to get into this now, but we're finally seeing Giannis play in a way that makes sense for his style, as opposed to catching the ball at the top of the key, taking a step back and skipping down to the post. It's like, bud, what are you doing? But it makes sense because Greg Popovich's coaching style is what they all live and die by. And it just doesn't relate to like it doesn't adapt and evolve to talent. It's like Tim Duncan made that system work. You know what I mean? Because he was such a versatile basketball player.
I mean, shit.
But
you had Tim Duncan and David Robinson at the same time.
David Robinson, right? Who's one of the greatest off-ball defenders in history. So yeah. What do y'all think? So just what's y'all's prediction for Golding or for medaling? How are they gonna medal? What do you want to say, Ryan, before you get to that?
We'll answer your question first because those are good. I think we'll still take gold. I think once the roster's full, it's just gonna be too much talent, too many superstars. Like in an arena like that, you're talking about the best competition you're gonna run up against is like Australia or Argentina.
Nigeria, bro.
Nigeria is a good team. Don't get me wrong.
Without Jahlil Okafor, wasn't even on the court, and
and Jalil's been balling out too. And
in
an Argentina game, he had like 15 and 10, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I mentioned bringing Jahlil Okafor, and Marco snubbed his note. Jahlil Okafor.
Well, that's a defensive thing.
Yeah.
His mind just doesn't work. Correct
defense. That man is allergic to defense in the post.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll still take gold.
Oh man. Honestly, I think gold, but I could easily see us getting like silver or bronze, just because I could see us kind of like this team kind of being nonchalant and being like, oh yeah, we can beat anybody. We can play with anybody. And then getting into a game, like say they get to the gold medal game and they just can't flip the switch and can't turn it on. And, they're a little off. I mean, I could see that happening. So like I said, I think gold, but I could easily see us,
it'd be funny something if less. If they don't get gold, this is the kind of team where I could see them being like, it seems like y'all want us to lose. It's like, no, y'all are just trash. It seems like everybody being negative and want us to lose. Like I feel like that's the kind of thing KD would say.
Yeah,
this team's honestly just missing Kyrie. That's all it's missing.
God, Kyrie on this team would how many people would be so upset if you put Kyrie on Team USA after the comments that the truthful comments, but that certain groups of people will disagree with vehemently.
I mean, KD's silence means he co-signed whatever Kyrie says, and he's there. So
the world is flat.
Right,
it's flat.
How you traveling to Japan when you think the world is flat?
You go around and then under.
That was the funniest video I've seen where somebody was like, so just stand outside and watch the plane fly away from Australia. Is it going north or is it going south?
Oh yeah, how do they think cardinal directions work? Like, what? I don't. Okay, never mind.
They think people have to fly around the whole entire planet just to get to one location. No one flies over Antarctica. It's like, that's not true, right? Anyway,
they did this a long time ago.
Right. What were you about to say, Ryan, before I asked the medal question?
So, a little more context on the Trae Young and Lloyd Pierce situation. So, I had it up. There it is. So, Sarah K. Spencer, who's a reporter, asked Lloyd Pierce if he was if it was hard to see Trae Young not make Team USA. And so, let me bring this front and center. So
he didn't deserve it.
His answer was no, because honestly, I respect the league. I respect the levels and layers you have to go through. Trae's having a great year. These guys have had great careers, and you have to go through certain things, and you have to understand when it's your time, when it's your opportunity. He's a first-time All-Star. We're talking about guys 3-time Olympic appearances. And international basketball is different. It's different. You just don't go because you're good. You go because you've earned the right, the honor. You have to have the right mindset. You have to give up 45 days of your summer to commit to your country, and it's not easy. And the guys that are on that list, Harrison Barnes, Mason Plumlee, those guys have done it. they've committed to it, and that's a big part of the process. Being able
This was
to
last year
commit.
when he was still the coach, right?
Yes,
This has
you're
to
right.
be from when he was still coaching.
Yeah. Oh, right. Being able to commit and willing to do it, just as we coaches have done. So that was.
He is such a dickhead. Like, what is? Why would you never stand up for your guys? Like, he never deserves another shot at head coach ever. Like, he is such a dickhead. Like, I would
Honestly.
tell that to his face. Like, what kind of guy? Like, of course, you're supposed to be like the right answer is yeah. I would have loved to see him here, but it just didn't shake out like that. He'll have opportunities in the future. It's like, no, he didn't deserve it. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, I'm not shocked. Not at all.
What a dickhead,
Bro, even if I know that like one of y'all don't deserve it, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm outraged.
Right?
Like,
But this is the same guy who's like standing on the sideline like, Trey, you are horrible. You are so horrible, Trey.
Right, he's
Why
going
do
over
you
to-
suck so much?
He's standing next to Steve Nash. He's like, yeah, man, I hate this kid. Hate that kid. I hate when he does that. Like, bro, why are you talking?
can't stand his style of basketball. Just shooting long
Getting-
threes.
Right, getting on conference calls just to talk shit about Trey. It's like, did you see that shit? Did you see how he played last night?
Like, man,
I hate this kid. It's like, didn't
I
you win?
I can't stand his hair, his goofy little shot.
And he crossed me over in practice. My wife was watching.
My ankle still hurts from when he crossed me over, man. My wife won't make love to me after.
He's not supposed to do that to a coach. You're just not supposed to do that. But
So Trey Young Team USA is trending on Twitter right now too.
that's
Oh
funny,
boy.
though. Because they got people like Jeremy Grant, Darius Garland.
Man.
One fool out there, I didn't even know who he was. Like, I forget. It's like a forward, like a small forward. I couldn't even tell you who he was. He's out there.
Chet, what's his name?
Who?
Didn't they ask that guy Chet, that one like high school player or whatever, to play?
Hold on, I'm gonna see who it is.
Chet Holmgren or something like that.
Because I was like, who is this guy? I kept seeing him out there. It's like, how's he getting minutes before Kevin Love's? Like, Kevin Love, you must really be trash.
They've got Bam Adebayo, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, Kevin Love, Chris Middleton, and Jason Tatum.
Wait, that's it? There was someone else out there who was. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Hold on. Because you didn't say. Did you say Zach LaVine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they must have. I don't know. There's some. I'll find him next time I see him. I'll show you. But there's
They
some
might be
guy-
filling in for a while.
Yeah, he
all
must
those-
have been a fill-in for one of these three guys who aren't here yet, or Kevin Love's corpse. Like, I don't know why the hell they invited Kevin Love. Anyway, moving on. Unless y'all have anything else to say about this.
No.
No.
Fuck
Lloyd
Lloyd
Pierce.
Pierce. You got
Lloyd
what you
Pierce
deserve.
sucks.
Yeah, Lloyd Pierce.
No, he didn't get what he deserved because he keeps getting opportunities.
Yeah,
Oh,
he should be out of the league. Like, he should be on stuff relegated to high school level. It's like,
If Mark Jackson gets blackballed from coaching and is now relegated to the analyst booth, what's his name needs to be doing just a podcast. That should be the highlight of the rest of your life, is a podcast about why you suck at coaching basketball.
it's funny though. I used to think that Mark Jackson got blackballed because of his gay beliefs. But now I'm thinking, I saw some clip where he was like, they were talking about Savannah's wife or LeBron's wife, Savannah. And he was like, oh man, I'd knock it out the park. I was like, bro, he said, with
Yeah.
all due respect, I'd knock it out the park. It's like, you're not working again in this league, bro. You don't talk about LeBron's wife like that. What's wrong with you?
Oh, they let Chet Holmgren out there? That's who y'all talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The tall 7-foot white guy?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
I've been following Chet. Damn, I didn't even catch one of y'all say that. Did one of y'all say that?
Yeah, I said
But,
it.
okay, so yeah.
I've been following him on Instagram forever.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to look at the box score, because also Darius Garland was there, but he's not on the official
Right.
roster either.
Yeah, they typically let one like college player play with Team USA.
Darius Garland's
so-
not college player.
Chet
No,
Holmgren
no,
actually
Chet-
just committed to Gonzaga. He was
Yeah.
the number one center prospect in the country.
Cause that was like when Christian Laettner, like that one
Right.
Olympics day.
But
He
I
was
think
the
that was the
college
last
player.
time they ever did that.
No, they brought they'll typically bring the two best college basketball players that are going into the draft if it comes around the same time, or just came out of the draft.
But I can't remember the last time that happened.
It happened last time. It was I'll look it up. I can't remember who it is right now, but I'll look it up and I'll get you the names.
Hold on. There's this Team USA site sucks so bad.
Boy, you thought baseball coverage was bad? Finding anything about Team USA basketball and in the organized fashion how you're used to finding rosters? Good luck.
Because apparently they just blew out Team Argentina today.
It's like, here's a sonnet about basketball in the roster. You're like, what is this? Like,
right. Where's the stats?
why can't I? Where's the depth chart? Like, who's on the team?
This is excruciating. Let's see what. Oh my God. I'm just trying to figure this out. I at least want to see what happened in this game today. Like, how do I even find this? I can't even find it on ESPN.
Twitter's gonna be your best bet.
That's bad when Twitter is the best, the most reliable resource for stuff like that.
All right.
Oh,
let's see,
man.
okay, let's see Olympic schedule, and let's see games. That's just the groups. Where's the? Okay, Nigeria. Okay, let's click this one, and then let's. Oh my God, and it's opening up freaking PDFs. Like it's not even in sight. This is ridiculous. The player I was talking about was Keldon Johnson. My bad.
Keldon. Name sounds
Here's
familiar.
a PowerPoint on no roster.
Right. He plays for the Spurs, so I guess that's why he was there. Yeah. So Jeremy Grant, Darius Garland, and Keldon Johnson are all the three subs for, I guess, Booker, Middleton, and Drew. And then let's see what happened today. Argentina. God damn it, man. This is frustrating. They don't even have the box score posted yet.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. How much did we beat? But yeah, Argentina looked really bad. I saw them getting waxed by Nigeria. They look terrible.
Their best player. Their best player is like in his 40s now.
So
good old Manu.
No, I'm sorry, 23. They lost by 23.
Okay. Do you see some stats anywhere?
For Argentina versus Nigeria?
No. For Argentina versus US.
I can't find anything.
Okay, here we got U.S. basketball defeated Argentina 108-80. Kevin Durant had 17, Beal 17, Zach LaVine 15, Dame 13, Bam 12 and 5. So yeah, they took care of them. But yeah, they look terrible. So we can officially move on now. So real quick, so apparently Houston has been aggressively attempting to acquire the number 1 pick from Detroit. So where would you rather see Cade Cunningham, in Detroit or in Houston?
Real quick and sweet, Detroit. I don't care about Houston basketball. When Detroit basketball is good, it's fine.
Yeah.
Neither. Either way, it's going to be miserable for him. He's got Christian Wood to play with in Houston, but other than that, it's just like wherever he goes, it's just good luck, bro.
I'd say Detroit just because, I mean, you can pair him up with Jeremy Grant, and then who's the young kid that was sort of trash, but they were hyping up?
Killian Hayes.
Killian Hayes, yeah.
Who I thought was going to be really good. He just didn't.
Right, and apparently they still believe in him because they keep on giving him minutes despite how bad he plays. But, maybe that will work out for them. And like you said, Detroit's cool. They have a winning culture. So that's cool. Moving on.